Okay, welcome to today's webinar where we're demonstrating language translation where we can create a data-driven website with fine-grained access control in English, and then we can easily create a separate page with a separate URL, but the same access control identity management completely in French to create a consistent user experience for people who read French and people who read English at the same time. And I'll show you how easy it is to do this. And I want to show you how spine programming uses inheritance to bubble up language translations into all the models at the same time. So you see here that this is the English page that's in development at localhost /in-us/edit/fish population/brown shrimp. And then there's a corresponding French page at /fr/fr/edition edition slash population poisson/brown shrimp. We're not going to try to translate the name of this, but a lot of these fields have already been translated into French, but this section is still in English, and so is these details are in English, or the title is in English. This title is in English, name and description. This title is in English. We need to make that French. And so if we look at the code, we have this fish population class that's been spine programmed, and we put in the language translations here. So we created the separate search page for French. Here's the search page for English, defined here, and the edit page for English, which is defined here, and then the separate search page in French, language French from France, and then here's the separate API URI, and similar, we have a separate edit page, FRFR, with language FRFR and the API URI here. And each of these fields, we add a display name in English and a display name in French, and a description in English and a description in French. And it's these titles, and they can be open or closed, but we have the English title and the French title. And so we have these working where these titles are in French and this one, but these ones are not because they're inherited from the models that fish population extends. So let me show you what that means. Fish population extends the generated fish population gen class. So we go to this definition, and this extends map model. This is how spine programming works, is you extend a class that doesn't exist and then wrap it with some generics to explain what class should this class extend, and then it magically creates that class through spine programming to extend this class. It's crazy, but it works so well. So map model also has its own HTML row title open, but it's not translated into French yet. And similar base model has HTML row title that's in English but not French. So what we do is update all of these. So we add a .enus to make it language specific. And so we're doing spine programming, but we're also going to do vibe coding at the same time because I have GitHub Copilot turned on here. and it's making all these suggestions for me. I'm going to turn off some of these suggestions, but oh wait, I think that just disabled it. So maybe I should turn that back on. Okay, so let's try this again. So if I just hover over this, it somehow automatically knows what I want to do. I want to create an HTML row title.frfr and translate it into French. Clé première, idée, créer, modifier, détail d'archivage. Um, Let me know if that looks terrible, but it makes sense to me. And then we've already translated the display name and the description. So then let me check. So that's the only HTML row title that I need to update in this class. So we save this, and then notice here, the spine programming watcher it notices that the base model was touched, and so it's going to regenerate some code. And now the base model has been generated. The code for it has been generated. Now, map model extends base model, and map model has this HTML row title open. So I'm going to do .enus and then open a new line, and it automatically suggests through vibe coding, oh, here's the French language translation for name and description, nom et description. So I accept that. And then let's look for another one. Okay, here's another one, GeoJSON details. So I add the .enus, and then here it automatically figures out, oh yeah, you want the French one, détail, GeoJSON. So I hit tab, and now that's ready. And this one is next, the NGSI details. So then I do .enus. In fact, it's already smart enough to know exactly. It'll fill in everything at the same time. Détail NG NGSILD. I struggle with the G's en français. Okay, so now we have all of those HTML row title opens done, so we can save this. And now this map model is going to be regenerated with spine programming. So we've covered 2 levels of inheritance, and all of the other models in the site depend on these 2 models, the base model, the map model. Actually, I'm going to do one more, which is base result. Sometimes we don't store data in the database. We only store it in the search engine. So that's what the base result is used for. So I need to add enus there and then fill in the blanks here. Although for this base result, I'm just realizing that there is no primary key. There's only an ID. So I'm going to get rid of that phrase, that word there. And now we update base result. So base result is updating. Now fish population extends map model. And let's check all of our HTML row titles. This one is in English and French. This one is in English and French. This one's 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 in English and French. So that's all of those. Now I just need to regenerate this fish population and save this. And fish population touched. Fish population generated. So what did it actually generate? Let's take a look at the Git changes here. So, whoops, that's not it. What are stash all changes? There's supposed to be a refresh here. Smart. There's the refresh there. Let me check. Aqua get status. Okay, fish population search form. I guess that's it. So, um, so it's gone and translated all of this for us into French because this is the French fish population search form. It's gone and updated all of this automatically for us, which is so nice. Um, now I'm going to open this page in a new tab and show you the difference. I need a refresh. Okay, so now it says clé primaire, idée, créer, modifier, détail d'archivage, nom et description, détail, NGSILD, NGSILD, détail de la population de poissons, paramètres de reproduction, paramètres de simulation, carte des populations de poissons. So we did it. Yeah,
Um,
we have fixed the French language here.
Congratulations, Chris and Dene. Awesome. That is brilliant. I have a theoretical inquiry.
Yeah.
Um, it sounds like, and we can write this down as a potential implication for the for a paper. I'm thinking that future federated data, you could have open data could mean internationalized data. And but let's say there are 200 languages, all 200 could have it, but then maybe each country, this could be a new type of data sovereignty. The country wouldn't want everybody else's. It just wants to be able to plug in and do their own. Somehow, do you see what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a whole new type of open data, you know?
Yeah. So, so spine programming, it's completely compatible in French and English. I'll show you the source of it. Um, so this is a Java class that describes every single string in the computate code generation tools. And some of them are strings that need to be human readable, and some of them are variables. So I keep them separate like this. str underscore is all the strings, and here's the variables. And there's 709 lines here. And then the corresponding translations for these are in this file I18N, which stands for internationalization, because internationalization has 20 characters, 18 of them are in between the I and the N. So, um, so every one of those translations is here in French and in English. So this side is the English. So if a country wants to spine program in their own language and it's not French or English, then we just have to get this one file translated. And honestly, I bet Gemini would do it for us if I go to github.com/computate-org/computate. Actually, it's in computate-vertex. Then we do source main resources I18N. Let's just see, Gemini. Can you please translate the values of this YAML file into Spanish? Um, uh, Let me give it the raw file, maybe. I've never tried this before, so this is a total test. Due to the restrictions on the raw GitHub, I can help you if you copy and paste the contents of the YAML file here. So then I I go Look at that. See,
Wow.
it's like so easy these days, right? Like
That's amazing.
enable multiple languages in just 2 seconds, honestly.
Whoa. The
Um,
world is changing, man, so fast. Wow.
see, like I didn't even have to pay anybody to do that, and it's probably mostly right. I won't say it's 100% right, but like not too bad.
That's awesome.
So, so this is powerful. Um, and definitely supports data sovereignty because you can take this and you can fork it. You can fork the Smart Aquaculture platform, or you can fork computate.org, or you can fork AI telemetry and put it in your own language. Um, it's not that you would necessarily want to support every language at the same time, you know, but those capabilities are all there.
That's amazing. You have the freedom if you wanted to.
Yeah. Um, and so what I want to do next is show you how to start from the top with a new model because um, here we have covered the fish population. We have population de poisson covered, but we haven't tackled the other ones. So like fishing boats. Fishing boats, if I come here, it goes to ENUS fishing boat. If I go to the French one, it says resource not found. So let's try to tackle this next. Um, let's go. Well, first let me commit this code for completing translations. Actually, let me start at the Computate platform because we updated this. Um, this contains all the changes we needed to fix the support for the titles in the pages. So git add -i through 4 fix I18N language support for page details titles. So we got that. This is now available upstream. And now let's go to the aquaculture platform and git add -i update this, git push, and then git add 1 through 5, git commit that. I'm not going to push it up yet because that's going to build a new container image. What we want to do is we're going to start again and update fishingboat.java and show you how this works from beginning to end. Actually, I'm going to use the fish population.java as an example because I haven't yet documented how to do this. But if you go to spineprogramming.com, this currently redirects to one of the pages on my site. I'm currently working on documenting how spine programming works. Now that we've finished our research paper, I have a fun interactive um, walkthrough of spine programming uh, there. So that's there's a lot more to come. Okay, so we have the API search page URI here, and the edit page URI here in English. What we need to do is create these French APIs inside the API method section of this comment. Um, so um, the question is, how do we say fishing boat en français? Is it bateau de pêche, or is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, it is bateau, bateau de pêche.
Bateau de pêche. Parfait.
Et
Okay, so
pêche,
the,
c'est un accent circonflexe sur le. Il faut.
okay. Okay, so you're right. We need to start up here and we need to say there's some additional language context we need to do. We need to do the description and the name here. So um so what I do is similar to this, we add the .enus and then we make the French one, un bateau de pêche, like that with the accent circumflex.
Yeah, I send you in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, this way.
Okay. Cool. And then we add description enus, and then we add the line FRFR, un bateau de pêche qui attrape des poissons d'une population de poissons et ramène les poissons à un quai.
Okay. Yeah. Doc.
Is that the word for dock? Quai?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I didn't realize that. That's cool. So we have that language context. Because accents are hard to type, um, I don't know, do French people prefer having accents in URLs or not?
No, well, basically we don't use um, accent, or maybe
Okay, so let's
I
just
don't.
keep it like that. And then here we make this bateau de pêche. All right. So let me show you what happens when we save this. So we're going to save this now, and then Spine Programming is going to kick in and generate some new APIs for us for these French language search page and edit page. Look, the changes just appeared here. So let's review. This this is this is the changes that we made to this class. And what it did was it copied these comments into some other Java classes. But the important thing is that it generated some new APIs for us. So in this fishing boat enus gen API service, we're not trying to generate a whole separate API just for France. We use the same English interface, but we create French APIs inside of it because the code is all in English. This project could have been entirely written in French with spine programming and translated in English as a second language, but we did the opposite. We wrote it in English, and then we're generating French as a second language inside the same API so that we don't have to double the amount of code anymore. We're just creating a little bit of more code for the French language here. And also here, this is the this is the this is the interface, but this is the class implementation of this API here. So class fishing boat enus gen API service simple implementation. So it created this whole search page FRFR API for us. It includes the access control and it pulls in the French and the English context so that you can switch between English and French on the page. It recognizes both at the same time, so you can switch between them. And so this is a bunch of new code. It's setting up, yeah, it decides, oh, this is an English language API now, because spine programming is evolved to keep track of the language. So we have that. We also update the page. So the page now, it doesn't just keep track of the English API. If it's English, then it tells you this. If it's French, then it tells you that. And then it also updated a bunch of JavaScript. It created JavaScript for the French version of this site. And it updated the page layouts. So it generated a whole bunch of code for us automatically. Now what we need to do is let's see if this compiles. So we do Maven clean install. Oh, let's see. Fishing boat. What is the problem here? Let me check. 299. Oops. 299. Oh, so that's interesting. So there was some code that I commented out of this one that I realize is actually valuable. Here. Okay. I think when introducing new pages, you have to compile, you have to index and generate it twice. So I'm considering adding this back because we got that bug that appeared. So in spine programming adapts because it needs to learn what already exists. And based on what already exists in the search engine, it's able to generate the code. And so because I removed that extra indexing and generation, it didn't finish building the page properly. So let's see now if this properly generates this new page and see if it actually compiles. So do Maven clean install. Oh, we still got the same bug. So this page, fish population page. Gen page gen. I think it's there now. VSCode is just being slow to reconcile it. So I'm going to be practicing this to make sure this works smooth with spine programming when introducing new pages.
Yeah, because Chris, I think I got some more customers for you. Were you ready for this?
Yeah. Um, but I am surprised why all of this worked for fishing fish population, but it's still, I feel like it should work now. Because this stuff is really hard to do, and spine programming makes it easy. But still have that little bug there. Fishing boat. No definition found. But it's right here. Oh, okay. Okay, so fish population. This is the problem right here. Um, what I want to, okay, maybe I can avoid having to specify this page, and then they wouldn't find this bug because I told it that for these French language APIs, you should use the fish population page, but this is a fishing boat. Fishing boats do not apply to fish populations. Let me see. No, so what I need to do right now until I make another fix is fishing boat. I'm going to change that to that and then save this. Okay, now that was my bug all along. I was like troubleshooting the wrong thing. Um, I want to see if I might not need that at all. Because I specify edit page here. So it knows that it's a page, so I can probably avoid having this here. But let's just continue like we did before. I'll clean this up after. So with spine programming, I try to make it as easy as possible. And if I'm making mistakes, then everybody else is going to make the same mistake. So I'm going to try to simplify it even more so that people don't make the same mistake. Copy and pasting. Success. Okay, so here, what I do is I refresh Maven projects so that VS Code gets up to date with the latest Maven clean install. We have to do Maven clean install because it generates vertex code for the API that we need. Now we're going to do one more step where we've already updated 33. We modified this file, but with spine programming, it actually updated 33 more or 32 more automatically. So one more step is to rebuild the Smart Aquaculture API. And this is going to update the database schema and the Open API spec and add the new, well, there's no new, actually, there's no new database stuff created. It's using the same database table as before, but it updates, let's see what it did here. It looked like it moved it around is what it did. We kind of might have changed the order or something. That's the only thing it did there, but Open API spec now has Bateau Depeche defined here and the response, request and response. Now we can run this. So something I have to do, one more thing I have to do manually is update the page layout. .htm, we have to go to the French one and update fishing boat and change this to Bateau de Pêche. And the URL is going to change because we got to grab that French version of it.
And that Depeche had the little asterisk in it. Is that
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we want because we're doing the human readable version of it here. But then in this API, we're going to copy what we did here, which is this, so that you can search for, oops, fishing boat en français. Okay. Now let's stop our current site and run the new site. Oh. Fishing boat. Okay, there's more to do, but we'll get to that in just a sec. Let's see if the new French page for fishing boats appears. So now I'm going to switch to French fishing boats. Voila. Yeah. We have that. But these are still in English and and okay, and these still the links are broken. So when I add a new language, I have to do recharger tous, refresh all, which does a little request in the background that patches everything without changing it. And then if I refresh, the URLs are going to change to the should change, or let's see if I go to the English one, refresh all, that turned green, and then go here, go to the French one. Okay, so there's still some terms that are not in French yet. So we gotta go here to fishing boat and do that vibe coding thing where we use Copilot in US And then it translates that. .enus. And then it translates that. Also this one. .enus. Départ arrivé. Translate that. And .enus. And then it suggests all 3 lines next, which is pretty fancy for AI. Look at that. It's like, oh, you need all of this. And so I say, sure, just give me what I, wow. Thank you, Gemini. Or no, thank you, Copilot. That was so easy. And then same thing here, .enus. It gives me all 3 updates. .enus. Yes. .enus. Boom. .enus. I'm sloppy and I should actually be verifying this. But I am trying to demonstrate during this video the speed of doing this. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I was saying maybe you will have to change the unit of because gallon in French they don't understand about that.
You're right. And that is the hard part that we'll have to
Yeah, it is going
think
to be
about. That is not instantly solved here.
yeah, because you have more than translation.
Yeah.
You need a conversion.
Yeah. But let's definitely think about that. Okay, so I've made it to the end, and now I can save this, and we just need to wait for the spine programming to finish, and then fishing boat generated. Okay, we come over here, we refresh the page, and it's all translated now. And just to prove that the APIs work, I'm going to change miles per gallon to 124, or yeah, 124. Does the API work? Oh, looks like maybe it didn't. So let me stop this. Let me just rebuild the Smart Aquaculture API one more time. Okay, we rebuilt the Smart Aquaculture API. Now let's start it up. Now it's running. It's doing some imports. Let's go to this page again. Miles per gallon, 124. Um, oh, let me do Control F5. I think the static assets are out of date. So let's refresh all the static assets. Try this again, 124. Huh.
Chris, what's a static asset?
Oh, it's JavaScript, CSS, images. Because so the fish populations, these are working where I can update things on the page, but for some reason the bateau de pêche, something about that is not working. Console, I got some kind of JavaScript error. WebSocket fishing boat. Well, I'll have to troubleshoot this some more. But we did get these page working, and if we go to the fishing boat page, this is all in French now, but we have too many columns out here. It kind of goes too far. But that's a good start.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, c'est unbelievable.
Yes, thank you so much. That's amazing.
It's so fast with spine programming plus vibe coding. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Wow.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, go to spineprogramming.com and learn more.
Yeah, we lot
Absolutely.
of things to digest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,